Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome back to another video. We were just here filling up with fuel this morning. Old girl's thirsty this morning, was almost on E, so we're getting her filled up, and then we're going to be doing some LTL, multiple stop stuff with the piggyback for the local lumber yard, and we're actually dropping this trailer now before we go do that, and then we'll be delivering a load of walls in the morning. So enjoy the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Alright, made it back to the shop. Got the trailers, got the other trailer. So like I said, I dropped the other one over at the precast yard, and they're gonna load up some 8'6" walls, which go out to, I don't know, somewhere out in Snyder County, I think it is, tomorrow morning. But we got to get going here. Like I said, we got doing some LTL stuff today for the lumber yard. We got a load that has 2 stops local here in Lancaster somewhere, and then we're heading to Taneytown, Maryland area, down to where the Amish are moving, Carroll County, somewhere down there, which we also got it's 2 or 3 stops. I know it's multiple stops, but anyway, let's get over there and get the first one loaded up. Now, I got a late start this morning because this Maryland load wasn't going to be ready till like 10 o'clock, 10, 11 o'clock. So that's why you see me getting the day started at daylight here, which very rarely happens for me. I'm usually, as you guys know, a lot of early mornings, a lot of early starts, you know, so this is fun every now and then. Doesn't happen very often, but when you get to sleep in a little bit like this, why, that's always good. It's a little dreary this morning. The roads were a little damp when I left to go drop my trailer and fill up with fuel, but yeah, it looks like it's mostly just going to be an overcast day. Same thing tomorrow. Alright, we made it here to the lumber yard, and you got another truck loading over here to the left. So as soon as he's out of here, just a small truck, can't really see it, he's over there. So as soon as he's out of the way, then we can spin around here, get loaded up. Sometimes it's easier just backing in off the street. That's often what I end up doing, but I was like, well, it's pretty empty in here, so. But hey, once they move to their new place, it is going to be nice for everybody. They are putting up quite the place. It's going to be nice. We're going to have all the room we need with trucks, you know, just spin around the back and all kinds of room. But anyway, looks like he's just putting the last straps on, so we'll get spun around here and get this loaded up, the local load here for Lancaster, 2 stops. Alright, he's saying bring it around. Now this is going to be tight. We got a forklift to our right. We got stuff over here to the left. And then we got this trailer that we got to get around. So I'm going to pull up like this. Do one little back up. Because I'm a little bit scared about making this over here to the left where this trim is, but we'll be all right. It's gonna be close. Oh man, a couple inches. A couple inches from that skid, but we got her done. Getting straightened out here, and usually almost before you hit the park brake, they're putting material on the trailer. So that's the nice thing about all of these guys. There is no messing around. A lot of tight deliveries, residential stuff. Not the most fun thing to do, but they don't mess around, and they are respectful guys to work for. So that's always a plus. little fool around here, so it can be very calm one minute, and the next minute you got 5 people here waiting to load, so you never know. Okay, so we got that one loaded up, and we got a deck package going up to, the address is Lancaster, but it's up just like a mile from my house. And then the second one goes back to close to Oregon Dairy, which is also a Lancaster address, but yeah, so this one won't take long. Should take about 2 hours, something like that. Here's another one. We got to take every single inch we got when making this turn. This is I do not like this turn. So we got to wait till all traffic clears. I don't have my camera mounted outside, so you won't be able to see the right side, but take everything we have here. Hopefully there's no cars here. And even then, you usually hit the curb a little bit. But I'm going to maneuver around a little bit. There's another semi up ahead making a left out of there, so he's got traffic held up anyway. Just nicked this grass a little bit here on the left. Now that time I made it without hitting the curb. There's a little bit of a shorter truck, you know, and I wouldn't have to worry about pulling up an extra time. And again, to get into this driveway, take everything we have. When you're on farms, you can, you know, take a little bit of grass or field if you have to. You know what I'm saying? But when you got to deal with curbs and stuff, it's a little different. You don't want to be popping tires and cutting tires. Last time I was here, we just set it right over there, so I think we'll do that again. Just use our lift to unload it. That way, you know, we don't have to bother anybody. So, a couple of packs off, and we'll be down the road. on to the next one. Got a couple cool miniature horses out, miniature ponies out there in the meadow. Got her all unloaded over there on a nice stack, so let's go grab another load. What time is it? 11:30, yeah. A little behind schedule from what I'd like to be. Actually, we should still be done by 5:30, I guess. Because I got small groups tonight. So, a little Bible study we do with church folks. So hopefully we can, I think either way we'll make it, you know, but I was hoping to be loaded and heading to Maryland by 12, which would be more like 12:30, 1 o'clock, but it's all right. I think we'll be good. Alright, let's see if we can maneuver this turn again. I got the cars coming over there. We'll just wait it out. Alright, this car is letting us go here, so we're going to maneuver around, back up, take one more bite at it. Look at that, right on the money. Two lift drivers on it, so that won't take long. About half ton loading it, probably be a light load. That horse doesn't like the truck. You just keep looking straight ahead, horse, all right? You're not supposed to look out the side, 'cause then you get spooked. one person on here that actually likes traffic circles? Because I don't. Now, I understand that they work well, especially in some places. You know, they kind of do the trick, but I don't know, they're just kind of a pain. And you try to keep things moving. Some people don't know how to yield at traffic circles. So that can get interesting. You're sitting there and sitting there and sitting there. But the trick to the traffic circles is you keep moving as much as you can. Alright, we're going to hop on Route 15. Take that south to 140. And then cut her on down to Taneytown. I was trying to decide if I've been at this address before or not, because it looks familiar. I know I've been on the road a few times. It's just a small back road. Gets a little tight down in there, but like I said, I've been down there along that road before. So I know we can get in and out okay. The way the GPS takes me, I know that I cannot go, because I remember there's like a small steel bridge on that one road. So I'm taking 140 and cutting over through instead of going on down to, I forget the name of the road, but basically 15 takes you down to a road that cuts right in pretty much right to this guy's farm. But I know that I can't take that because of I forget, it's like a 4 or 5 ton bridge and about 10 feet high, so we know that's a no-go for us. Well, we got wet roads now, but hopefully it doesn't want to rain when we're trying to unload, you know. It looks a little dark up front here. That's going to be tight to make that because of those barrel cones. Brought a load back in there. That's the address I was thinking of. They built a schoolhouse there, and the guy built a farm back in there, new building. Now that's actually the place that I was thinking of, you know, where I was at before. So the other one is literally next door, those buildings back there. So just up ahead on the left. That's where we need to go. Now, I was looking at this on Street View, and I was like, man, this looks pretty tight between the fences, but I believe it's doable with a little bit of, yeah, see, it doesn't look as bad as it doesn't look as bad as it did on the Google Maps. I was like, man, I'm not gonna be able to get in there, but I can. That's a little wet because it's been showering today, but I stick my steer tire over against the fence, I'll be good. Not too bad. Could be worse. Could have been worse. Looks like he does have a forklift in there, but I'll see what he says. Sometimes you're better off using the piggyback, you know. These guys have small machines and things that don't work that well for these big packs of lumber anyway, so we'll see what he says. Looks like he's standing in here waiting on me, which is always nice. Alright, he said there was another truck here this morning that couldn't make it out of here. They had to drag his the tail of his trailer around and stuff. He said he had a spread axle like me, sleeper truck and all that. So let's see if we can prove this other truck driver wrong and show him that we can do it, because this Amish guy's like, yeah, he couldn't do it, so you probably won't be able to, blah, blah. So I said, I can do it, just watch. So let's see what we can do, guys. All right, so I'm gonna use the piggyback. He's got that lift, but like I said, some of those things are, times it's quicker if I just, you know, do it with my lift. So anyway, this is what we got to work with. I can sneak up past there then, keep the tail of the trailer right there, and swing out, I believe. Like I said, he said the other truck earlier this morning couldn't do it, so I kind of want to prove him that prove him wrong, that it can be done. So we'll see if we can get that done after we get these back two stocks unloaded. Look at all the little goats. What you guys doing? Oh, they don't like me. Nice tobacco shed. This is a cool little farm. Like I told you guys before, all the Amish are buying up these nice old farms. You know, a lot of old buildings. They come in here and they fix them up, make them look nice again. It's always nice when you have a nice level spot with gravel, that is, to unload when you have the piggyback. You cannot beat something like this. Even though it's going to be a little tight to get out, you know, it's like the unloading conditions when you have one of these little things is everything. Like that, we got a little skid to get off yet, and we are out of here. right, that is all she wrote for this one. So let me get that 360 set up and see if we can get as far over as we can, because it's just tight to get between the fences there. So like I said, I think it's definitely possible. So I think they might be building a hog barn or a chicken house or something. I don't know. Let's keep on moving. Like we're making it back there, just so. Alright, we got out of there. On to the next one. Another tight one. What a surprise. Goodness. 3.5. That's 3.3. But it shows on the map that it's in there. 2835. I'm gonna double check this here. I'm not sure if there's... You know what? I think there's 2 places in there. That says 2833. Nobody behind me. Let me see what this other mailbox says. Because I don't want to go in there if that's not where I belong. It says 2835. All right, good. So there's 2 houses in here. That's what... That's why I wasn't sure. Alright, I gave it a shot. And I wasn't going to make it, so let's give it another shot and just kind of hit the branches. They got some grass seeded on the other side. Don't care, sorry. Maybe wait to seed your grass and put blocks in the way until you get all your deliveries. Just things like that upset me, you know what I mean? I find that disrespectful. I'm supposed to deliver things to your house, and you go and seed grass or put a sign there. Wait till your project's done, you know what I'm saying? Hey, whatever, we'll get her done. Now, I don't know which one it is. I'm guessing in here. Looks like there's construction in there. I thought it was the form all the way back in there. But I think it's this one. Never a dull moment, right? That's right, never a dull moment. Alright, he said we can just anywhere off to the side there. Here's another brand new place. Put up a greenhouse, a big barn. They're living in a section of the barn for now. Back a shed. Looks like they're building a house over here, so we'll get this unloaded. And then I think we're gonna have to back out. He said I can try to turn around, but it's muddy. Even if I back up into there, it's gonna be pushing it to make that little ditch that they dug out there. So I might just end up backing all the way out or backing into the other guy's driveway since it's all just gravel. Alright, no problemo. Let's see if we can get this rig out of here and call it a day. We'll probably go strap our load down yet over at the precast place. Call it a day. Well, I made it out there no problem. I couldn't get my 360 to kick in for some reason. If the SD card was full or something. You can see my tracks here. I backed her right on over there. No problemo, didn't tear up the grass, so everything went very well backing out. Now we just got to get out. I think we're going to have to make a left because swinging that right on the way out is going to be even harder because of the way the driveway is angled. I can't get over on my way out because of the trees. So I don't think making a right is going to be an option. We're going to have to figure out, we're going to have to make a left and then figure out a way to get turned around and on back to Lancaster and back east. Let's get her done. too bad, as you've seen. If you make a left, it's not bad at all. Not sure what that place is. Looks pretty big, whatever it is. Maybe grain or something. See a little reflection in the mirror, big windows. That looks pretty cool. Mostly old stuff. Heading west on 30, so I don't know if there's some kind of antique show, car show in York there at the convention center or whatever it's called. But man, there was some cool stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna go back to the shop here, drop this trailer, and then we'll be ready to go in the morning. Like I said, the other trailer is over at the precast lot. Loaded up with T-walls, going to a chicken farm tomorrow morning. Usually that's for chicken manure storage. You know, they make the walls and build a shed. So, yeah, that's what we're doing tomorrow morning. By the time I load down on the way home, and then we'll be ready to cruise out there with the guys tomorrow morning. So we'll see you guys then, bright and early tomorrow morning. Alright guys, getting ready to head out here. Got Jerry here, Steve, Clyde.
Hey, you got your box open on the right there, Clyde. I appreciate it. No problem.
Let's get rolling, head up to Middleburg. So we might be getting, dropping down 83 there, getting a load of curbs, but haven't gotten confirmation yet. So we'll see if that, you know, if that pans out here this morning. Look at all them chicken lights. Doesn't that look cool? Got us a little convoy this morning.
there will be. Just let me see if Jerry says there's room for me back there yet. Yeah, I can do this here back in to the crane. You should be able to drive back here.
We're getting our straps rolled up here. 2 trucks are already back there. So, finish rolling my straps up. That way we're ready to go back. Got Jerry heading out down there, and Steve heading back. Apparently there's room for 2 back there at a time. So I didn't go back and look at the site, but he told me what it looks like back there. We can pull up. One guy can back in and the other guy can pull up into the left side. So it should be pretty self-explanatory once we get back there. Just another nice farm here this morning. So we got all the straps off. These are 8'6" with the base, you know, sitting upright. So we take all the straps off because it's flat here and should be no problemo getting back in there. Sounds like it's pretty easy. So we'll take that. Looks like they grow some flowers here, sell them, that kind of thing. Give the truck a bath tonight when we get done. I'm still missing this hubcap. I put another one on. You guys have probably seen it in a few of the last couple of videos. I keep putting a hubcap on there, it falls off. And I don't understand why. I tried to fix these, like make them tighter. It sits in there and it still popped out again. So I don't know if there's like, first of all, so these are new tires. First of all, I was like, is there some shake in that axle that it keeps bouncing off? But I can't figure anything out, and the tires are wearing fine. They're now a month old, but yeah, I don't know what it is. We'll just continue to keep our eye on it, I guess. And we also put some new steer tires on just last week. We had one go bad. It didn't blow, but it was wearing, I think it was just a bad tire, and it was a couple of years old. So we had some mismatched tires on there that we had at the shop. I had them on there for a couple of months, like for this summer. And I told Sam, I said, these things gotta go. Like the front end was shaking, and yeah, they weren't, you couldn't truly balance them because they were different tires, which not a good idea for steers. So that's what we ended up putting on, Firestone FS 591s, which now there's no more rattling in the dash, and she's riding a lot better now. All right, all we got to do is back down there, swing right on in there. Should be easy. Alright, easy enough. So I've got the go-ahead that I can go load up precast, and so we'll hop down there and get that. But it's not confirmed if I can deliver yet today, so it goes to like the outskirts of Philadelphia. And he was saying, well, I'm almost coming past there, so let me just pick it up today. He's like, okay, but I can't confirm that you can deliver today. It might have to be tomorrow morning. This run was on for tomorrow, and since it got switched, I was like, well, there's not much going on for tomorrow except a couple local piggyback deliveries, so, you know, see what happens. Alright guys, we made it back. We got the curbs loaded up. And we are back at the shop. Just did a quick wipe down and put some tire shine on. Looks like Cody's loaded up for tomorrow. So we got these curbs to take down to deliver tomorrow. Just got them loaded up today because I figured, you know, that's what would make the most sense. So yeah, been hauling quite a bit of these lately. I think it's been a while since I've had them in a video, but still doing a lot of the Virginia stuff and some of these loads to Philadelphia as well. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. And by the way, I want to thank Denny and his wife for stopping by. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, it was nice meeting up, you know, and chatting for a little bit. I always do appreciate, you know, meeting new people. So thanks again for stopping by, guys. And thank you all for tuning into this video. We'll see you on the next one.